Welcome back to Sansure Universe, where we uncover the hidden truths and explore the stories that shape our world. Today, we dive deep into a shocking and controversial analysis of recent historical narratives surrounding Rwanda. Brace yourselves. What you are about to hear challenges mainstream versions and exposes shocking inconsistencies. Vincent Duclert, running wild, has once again, in the eyes of all, sunk into the teleological bias that tainted the writing of his report with a diplomatic purpose, whose conclusions were commissioned by Macron to satisfy the mass criminal Paul Kagame and to once again tarnish our nation. Listen to him simply reading a propaganda text that could have been written by the hand of the mass criminal Paul Kagame. From now on, he claims to be able to defend the most absurd thesis imaginable, namely the assassination of President Habyarimana by Hutu extremists. To grasp the level of foolishness of such reasoning, let's break down some points. Ali Sagatwa, a relative of the president's wife, presented by the FPR as the leader of the Hutu extremists, also perished in the attack. So the Hutu extremists would have killed one of their own leaders? Neither the extreme faction, nor the MRND, nor the CDR had prepared for succession. Only a fool could imagine the existence of a coup d'état while observing that no successor had been designated in advance. What was the point of killing 12 people, including the Burundian president, also Hutu, to eliminate a president that the presumed perpetrators, according to Duclert and his friend Kagame, were supposedly seeing daily? Pause for dramatic effect. Fade-in maps showing Kigali and Mulindi. While several sources attest that the APR was put on pre-alert a few days before the assassination and that FPR officials had begun leaving Kigali at least from March 30th, 1994, to join Mulindi, the government armed forces were only put on alert on April 6, 1994, at 9 p.m., therefore after the attack. The total disorganization of the general staff and the army clearly shows the absence of a plan aimed at assassinating the president. Even Bagosora was described as lost and wondering what to do. The fact that most of the regime's high dignitaries sought refuge at the French embassy necessarily excludes that these same dignitaries could have been behind the attack. Lack of preparation of the FAR for resuming the war. No ammunition stocks. Lack of strategic interest for the extremists or the Rwandan armed forces, who were aware of the FPR's military superiority and clung desperately to the Arusha process. It should be noted, the opposition parties, who had realized they had been deceived by the FPR, had rallied to the president, who was assured, if the Arusha agreements were applied, of retaining power. Pause for emphasis. Visual montage of Rwandan political history. Ultimately, although the Hutu extremist thesis is absurd, new false testimonies fabricated by the FPR, new cases like the Thadé affair, could easily lead Vincent Duclert to go astray once again. It should be noted, Colette Brakeman, at one time a useful and naive idiot of the FPR, 10 years after the events, would admit having been manipulated in the Thadé affair, yet another fabrication of the Rwandan Patriotic Front. This concludes today's deep dive on the shocking narratives surrounding Vincent Duclert's report and the manipulation of historical accounts. What do you think? How much of the official story can we truly trust? Here at Sansure Universe, we continue to investigate, analyze, and reveal the hidden truths that the world prefers to ignore. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest investigations. Share your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your perspective. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and stay aware. This is Sansure Universe, uncovering the truths they don't want you to see.